Okay, so uh, if you're one of those people thinking about working in Saudi Arabia,
Yeah, definitely a hot topic right now.
it's a booming economy.
Absolutely tons of potential, especially for skilled
Yeah,
professionals.
if you're coming from India and you're looking at Saudi Arabia thinking, hmm, that could be my next move.
You need to know about these changes.
Big changes to the work visa system.
As of January 14th, 2025,
So this is really targeted at Indian expats.
specifically.
So that's kind of what we're diving into today.
This is fascinating because it's not just a random policy change.
Right.
This is part of this whole Vision 2030 thing.
Yeah.
And they've been talking about this for years,
Huge plan.
trying to like totally shift their economy.
Right.
They don't want to just be reliant on oil,
Exactly. And part of that is
attracting
they're
talent
bringing in
from all over the world.
global workforce, but, they want to be smart about it.
They want to regulate it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've got all of these articles and reports about these new rules.
Yeah.
And I think over 2.4
Huge impact. Yeah.
million Indians are already working in Saudi Arabia.
Right.
So this is going to impact a ton of people.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest change people need to know about?
Um, well, definitely the pre-verification of qualifications, I would say, is the biggest change. So basically, before you even think about applying for that work visa,
Yeah.
you need to get your education and professional credentials verified.
By the Saudi authorities.
Yes.
Okay, so this wasn't a sudden thing.
This has been kind of brewing.
Yeah.
There were whispers about this maybe 6 months ago.
Really?
So anybody who was paying attention had a heads up.
So just staying on top of all this
Yeah.
is,
More important than ever.
yeah, this pre-verification thing is a big deal.
Yeah.
What kind of impact do you think it'll have?
Well, I think it's going to make the whole process more competitive.
Yeah.
If Saudi Arabia is being more picky,
Mm-hmm.
then they're probably looking for
The cream of the crop.
the best of the best.
Yeah.
And that could mean higher salaries for the people who do get in,
Oh, interesting.
better benefits.
But
It raises the bar for everyone.
for sure,
So,
it's not just about getting in anymore.
yeah, you got to stand out. You got to be top tier. Yeah, and it's not just pre-verification we need to talk about.
Yeah.
There's other stuff.
There are stricter certification checks now for certain
Certainly.
professions.
Yeah.
I mean, our sources don't explicitly say which professions,
Right.
but I wouldn't be surprised if it's healthcare,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
engineering,
Makes sense.
finance. These are fields that Saudi Arabia is pouring money into.
Big investments.
So they want to make sure the people they're bringing in have
The right skills.
absolutely.
So anyone listening who's thinking seriously about this,
Yeah.
I think doing research on your specific field is
essential.
yeah,
Find out exactly what those checks entail.
yeah, what do you need to do?
Yeah.
And then there's the residency permits and visas.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole other thing.
This has changed big time.
So the Iqama, that's the residency permit.
Yes.
The rules for renewing that, extending exit and re-entry visas.
Tightened up.
Yeah. So it seems like they're being very, by the book.
Much more strict.
Do you think this will deter people from applying?
It's tough to say.
It's tough to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might scare some people off.
Yeah, make it seem a little daunting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But Saudi Arabia still has incredible opportunities.
Yeah.
It's a chance to be part of a really rapidly developing economy,
Yeah.
gain international experience,
Mm-hmm.
potentially earn a very competitive salary.
Yeah. So for those people who are still all in on Saudi Arabia,
Yeah, let's break it down.
let's talk about the visa application process.
All right, step 1.
Yeah.
You need a job offer
Okay.
and a formal invitation letter from a company in Saudi Arabia.
Okay. You got to have that lined up.
Gotta have it. And that letter needs to be certified by the Saudi Ministry of Foreign Affairs
But wow.
and the Saudi Chamber of Commerce.
Okay. So pretty official.
Yeah, very
What's that?
official.
And the documents, what do people need?
So you'll need your passport, obviously, valid for at least 6 months.
Okay.
A completed visa application form.
Okay.
Recent passport-sized photos, signed employment contract.
Oh.
And don't forget your education and professional certificates.
Of course.
Those will need to be attested as well.
Right. Right.
You'll also need a medical certificate and a police clearance certificate.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a long list.
What happens after you gather all that?
So you submit your application with all those documents
Yeah.
to your nearest Saudi embassy or consulate.
Okay.
Then you'll pay the visa fees.
And how much is that?
So a single entry work visa costs about 2,000 Saudi riyals.
Okay.
which is roughly 43,800 Indian rupees.
Okay, so factor that into your budget.
Yeah, for sure. And other types of visas, if you need a multiple entry or a longer-term visa, those are going to have different fees.
Of course. And what about health insurance?
You have to have health insurance.
Okay.
But in most cases, your employer will actually cover that.
Oh, that's good.
So once you've submitted everything, paid the fees, you wait
Nail-biting time.
1 to 3 weeks for processing.
Okay.
And then if you're approved, you can travel to Saudi Arabia and start your new job.
But it's not over then.
No, no, no.
You said there's one more hurdle.
You've got to get your IQAMA.
Right. Tell us about the IQAMA.
So within 90 days of arriving in Saudi Arabia,
Okay, so you got 90 days.
you got to apply for your IQAMA. That's your residency permit.
Okay.
Don't worry. Your employer will kind of walk you through that.
Oh, good.
But once you have that, you're all set.
Then you're good to go.
Live and work legally in Saudi Arabia.
It is a lot to take in.
It is a lot.
But they are serious.
Saudi Arabia is raising the bar.
For foreign workers.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think this is just part of a wider trend.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Globally, we're seeing this.
Mhm.
Countries are being much more selective.
Makes sense.
They want to attract specific talent that aligns with their economic goals.
So really, anyone listening, if you're considering Saudi Arabia,
Do your research.
Yeah.
Research your field.
stay up to date on everything.
The landscape is changing fast.
Yeah.
Be prepared for a more competitive landscape.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe this will benefit everyone involved.
Maybe.
It could be like,
A win-win.
yeah, a more robust, sustainable workforce.
More skilled.
Yeah. Well, this has been super interesting.
Yeah, it's a fascinating development.
We'll be keeping an eye on it.
Absolutely. We'll see how this plays out.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And that's it for our deep dive today.
Until next time,
We'll be back soon with more.
more to come.
Thanks for listening.
Stay informed.